So I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, God.
Can you mute everybody, Lisa? Or
Yes.
I don't know.
Is everybody muted now? Let me see. No, I have to. Yeah, I think everyone's muted. All right. And then.
Sorry, that was my garage. I don't know if that was really loud.
No, you're fine. Okay. Good. All right, so just to get started, a little bit about me. My name is Lisa Murphy. I am a diamond coach. I'm also a mother of one little boy, Hudson. He's 16 months old. I love being a mom, first and foremost, and I'm a part-time registered nurse. I've been at Christiana Hospital for over 13 years now, and I've done a variety of things there: critical care, orthopedic, surgical, and now I'm in a heart and vascular unit. But I have cut my hours. I'm just there 2 days a week, 20 hours a week, which is really amazing to be home with my son and to avoid daycare, and Beachbody has helped me be able to do that. I have been married for a little over 5 years now. Some things I love country music, wine, laughing and hanging out with my girlfriends, the beach, donuts. I'm trying to think of other things I love. Those are just some of the things that I still love, and that's the great thing about this is that's just never going to change. That's part of I am a reformed carb addict, I like to say, but because my addiction used to be a lot worse back in the day. Okay, loves for the programs. I love P90X. I did that in 2010. Before I even knew about Beachbody Coaching, or I would have gotten into it then, but no one confronted me about it. I don't think it was really big right then. And I started out my journey with the 21-day fix back in 2014 after my son arrived, and I started 8 weeks. Was my very first challenge group, and I lost 5 pounds and over 9 inches all over my body, probably more because I didn't actually measure both sides of my arms and legs. Just general, probably, it was definitely at least 9. And then I went on to T25, and since then I've done like a myriad of programs, including Body Beast, 21-day fix extreme, hammer and chisel. I know I'm probably leaving stuff out, but that's where I'm at now. Kristen, you want to talk for a minute?
Yeah. I'm glad to know you only lost 5 pounds your first round off, because I'm like, I haven't lost yet. Not that I care, but I'm just like coming back. I'm like, I can't remember what I did last time.
Yeah. So I'm the inches, girl. Dish the scale.
I know. Yeah, I got to measure. The measurements will show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Kristen Young. I am actually a diamond coach now. I thought I changed this. It must not have saved. I had my first baby in December, a little girl, Nora. If you're in our group, you guys are in our group, so you've probably seen her picture. I'm a dog mom to Dexter, who gets left out of my pictures now. My husband is Dave. We live in New York right now for his finishing up his fellowship. And I was an RN, or I still am an RN, and I worked with cardiac patients in the ICU at New York Presbyterian. And currently I'm a stay-at-home mom, and Beachbody is pushed that for me. I was able to cut back my hours to part-time, then I went per diem, and now I'm able to stay home with my daughter at least until we move in June. And then I'll figure out what I want to do and where things are going and stuff like that. I am a wineaholic. I love wine, everything about it. I also love to spend time with family, friends, running, camping, and I love food. a very unhealthy obsession with food. I'm finishing one meal, planning the next kind of thing. And some of the programs I've done are 21 Day Fix, PIO. I did Autumn's pregnancy videos. I did an old program where I was pregnant, Yoga Booty Ballet. I did P90 back in the day too. I think it was even like older than when Lisa did, like even like maybe when it first came out in like 2008 or something like that. And T25, which is my love, and I have size, and my next program I think might be T25 and then a bridge for a couple weeks to do Insanity Max 30. We'll see how that goes though.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead, please.
Thanks, Chris. All right. So this is kind of just a graphic of where like the evolution of Beachbody. It was founded in 1998 by Carl Deichler, who is still the CEO today, and John Cogden. And they came out with P90 in 2000. P90X is kind of when they got really popular. I guess around 2000, between 2003 and 2005. And if anybody's ever tried P90X, it's a pretty...
Did Lisa?
Oh, what's up? Can you guys hear me? Did I lose you guys? You guys there?
It was like the biggest program that they started with. That was in...
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'm back.
It's okay. Let me get off screen share.
Sorry, guys.
I didn't even go in, did I?
Alrighty.
Hi.
Chris, can you mute again? Who am I hearing?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're my husband.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, so this is just the evolution. I think you guys kind of got the gist of this. Basically, they saw an opportunity around 2007 because they had had success with like message boards to provide support and motivation for people, that they developed Team Beachbody. So that's when Team Beachbody came around. And since Team Beachbody, they came out with Insanity, Shakeology, which is kind of like the marquee product for coaches, because you can only purchase Shakeology through Team Beachbody. You can't get it anywhere else. It's not like on the infomercials, it's like the products and stuff. And that is a big part of how they developed their business also, was through the infomercials. And you've probably seen a ton of them. They still run, but they don't get the support and the coach aspect of it when they don't purchase through Team Beachbody. That's actually separate. That's just beachbody.com. So you can see now they have all these programs, and 21 Day Fix has been like huge for the company. It's probably the most popular program right now, I would say, but they have a ton of other great programs. This just shows the general revenue for the company since they've started, and I believe we hit like the $1 billion earnings this past year for 2015, which is like freaking amazing. And that just kind of shows the growth of the company over the years, and they're not slowing down. It's a great company to be a part of for that reason. Can you guys see the slides okay?
Yeah, they're fine.
You don't see like the gallery, or is that just me?
No, that's just you.
Okay. This kind of shows the Team Beachbody coach growth and how that continues to grow. And right now we're up over like 400,000 coaches. But there is like literally, I think like 6.8 billion people in the world. So if you think like, wow, it's just getting saturated, then you're wrong. I mean, there's so many people out there dealing with obesity. and just trying to stay healthy, there's definitely been a focus shift on health, I think, recently with a lot of companies, and people in general are trying to live healthier lives. So it's definitely a great company to get into. So Shakeology, this is kind of Chris's baby. She knows that she can talk to you a lot about it, but it's considered the healthiest meal of the day. I love drinking it every day. I was kind of like some of you might feel at first, like, is this a gimmick? I like to eat my food. It's expensive, but I wasn't a believer until I actually tried it. And like I said, I went through my first round of the 21-day fix, and I did Shakeology with it. And I had never felt so good as I had after that first round in like years. I mean, probably since my 20s. And I just had a child, and I was full of energy, and like it was like I had a new breath of air that was breathed into me. So it was just something that I'm not willing to give up. I drink it basically every day. Sure, I don't drink it every single day, but I look forward to it. And I know that even when I'm on the go, I'm getting total nutrients. Besides just protein, I'm getting vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, probiotics, prebiotics, adaptogens, things that just help keep me regular, keep the bloating down, keep my energy levels up. So it's a really great product. And as coaches, we get a nice discount on it. So, price was a concern, and that was part of the reason I did become a coach. Was I knew I was staying on Shakeology. So we'll get into that. So what makes Team Beachbody unique? Is you get the combination of the fitness, the nutrition with Shakeology. You get the eating plan. All of our programs now come with an eating plan. You get the peer support offered by your coaches and the challenge groups. And you get rewards for being a part of this company. They reward you with trips and bonuses and recognition for hitting milestones. And they recognize good, hard work. It's the phone line. Okay, so let's see. Moving on. Oops, sorry, going too fast. There's literally something for everyone also with Beachbody, whether it's somebody that, like myself, I'm still on my fitness journey. I'm not looking to lose a ton of weight. I'm just looking to stay healthy and live a fit life. There's other people that do have a lot of weight to lose, and they might not know where to start, and they might not be able to exercise first off because they, first need to actually lose weight to do the exercises. There's Shakeology, there's the Ultimate Reset, there's the supplements. There's literally something for everyone. There's low impact programs for people with injuries. There's programs for pregnant women. So I really do believe in the products. There's always something new coming out too. So you literally always have something to look forward to. Like in March is going to be the release of the 22-minute hardcore, which I am super pumped because I'm all about short workouts. They just work for me and my family. And the fact that they're going to be 22 minutes and I know I'm going to get huge results, I'm pretty pumped about that. So that's the cool part. And it's just nice to have a variety. So as you move on, and if you become a coach, you definitely want to keep trying new programs because it will make you a better coach for it. You can help your challengers. When you go through it yourself, you can really talk about it and experience it and offer, a lot more support that way. So it's important to keep trying new things. And most of all, they have the proven results. This isn't a gimmick. This isn't some quick fix. There's no magic potions or pills. These are real people that have gone through the programs, that have submitted their pictures, and are really truly living a healthy and fulfilling life because of Beachbody. Let me just see. One thing I want to hit on. I guess that's it right there. All right, another awesome part about becoming a team Beachbody coach, and if you sign on with us and our really awesome team, we are part of a team that is in the top 0.1% of the company. So like out of 400,000 coaches, Kristen and I's coach is in like the top 200, top 300. I forget where she ended up, but she ended up as a premier coach. And not too far ahead of her, we have coaches that are what's considered elite and literally like in the top like 10 of the company. Brandy Botts, who's like our grandmama coach, was the top 10 coach. So we literally have all of those training tools passed down to us. We get to go hang out with these people in person when we go to the live events. They have things called Super Saturday, which is a quarterly event. You do a live workout. You hear from other coaches in the area. You bond and connect with your teammates who you normally only see through social media. So it's really awesome. And then every year they have what's called Summit. And that is like the big corporate conference that is held annually. And each year they have all the top coaches from the company speak. And basically they do live lectures on, ways to advance your business. And you're getting the top coaches, like what they are doing. They tell you all their secrets. There's no competition here. That's what I love about this is everyone is trying to help one another move forward. So it doesn't matter even if you have coaches on a separate team. It's you actually connect with coaches too that aren't in your upline or your downline. It's a really cool aspect. It's kind of like being the way I feel about it is on a team again, like I was in high school, where I have that, just kind of like girl bond. We do have a few male coaches, but I will say this is generally, and your market will be probably towards females. Not that there's anything wrong with getting males involved. I have my husband signed up as a coach because it's kind of a strategic business move, and you'll see down the road that might be something for you. And some husbands actually do begin to coach because they see how well you can do in this business. So it becomes like a family affair, which is really cool. And, you make great friendships out of this. Like Kristen and I, we kind of knew each other. We hung out like once down in Dewey Beach, if anyone knows where that is. And we had that. But now Kristen is like a lifelong best friend of mine. We talk almost every day. We support each other. There's times in this business where you would doubt yourself and you will question yourself. Am I good enough? Am I enough to be a coach? I cut out for this. And it's great to have that support and people to, push you along, let you know that you are. And it's normal to feel that way, guys. Totally normal. So what is a coach? A coach does not have to be a fitness or nutrition expert, already at their fitness and nutrition goals, or an experienced salesperson. The point is to be you and you alone, and everyone is different, and that is what's going to make you stand out as a coach. Is just being genuinely you, and people out there will connect with you for a reason. Like some people might not connect with me just because in the world, like we have friends for a reason. People like you for whatever, they're drawn to you. And that's the same thing with this is you have something to offer that I don't. So just remember that you do not have to be perfect. The world does not want to see perfect. It's not realistic. No one is perfect. It doesn't mean that you can't be in shape already and do this either. You can totally have hit your fitness goals, but you can show what's worked for you. And there's just different angles that you can use to make this business work for you. So that is what a coach has to be. A coach should be, and I can't read this because the gallery is in the way. Basically sharing how people, can you see that, Chris? Can you read it?
Yep. A coach does not have to be A fitness expert or nutritionist. A lot of us are nurses in the group, so you have some kind of knowledge of, how things work in the body. And so there's always some kind of resource that you can have. There are people who are very interested in nutrition, and that are other coaches that we can use as well, but you really don't need to be a fitness expert to go through this program. It's just about the programs and supporting each other. A coach isn't somebody that is an expert on any of this. It's just like a little cheerleader or friend that's pushing you along. You don't already need to be at your fitness or nutrition goals. And this is something that, as you reach your goal and you hit it, it is hard to recruit new people. As many people, just like people who think, oh, I have so much weight to lose, I have 100 pounds to go, it's the same on either end. Like, I'm worried that somebody's not going to relate to me. And really, there's some people out there for everybody. They're not expecting you to, be at your goals and be an expert at this. They want you in, I think I want, somebody that's in there supporting me and in there in the trenches doing the same stuff I'm doing. And like, as a coach, when I'm doing the programs with my challengers and back in it and all that stuff, it makes me feel like a better, I'm really able to help them because I'm really able to, move along with the program with them and support them. And I know what they're going through. And experience in sales. We are not salespeople. I don't think so. Anyway, I don't feel salesy when I'm talking to somebody. It's like talking to your friend about a brand new pair of jeans that you got and they make your butt look awesome. If, you're doing something and you love it, why would you not want to shout it to the rooftops? And that's all this is really a referral system. We're not trained in sales. I've never been trained. We do personal development to help us with, helping with conversations and things like that with maybe people, that when you start to get out of your warm market and your friends, that can help you move along in the business. But, we're really not salespeople, and you don't need the experience for it. A coach, what they should be, and I probably kind of went over this, some of these things, is sharing how you can help people and help other people change their lives and achieve their goals. That's what's, sharing your story and sharing what you're going through and, putting it out there on social media is a lot of what we do to help other people. You never know who you're going to reach and who's just like sitting there, feeling like crap, and, you post something about something motivational or something like with inspiration, and they just see it. And, even if they don't say anything to you and they just put the cookie down at home or something, you're really helping somebody. Coach is also, you're committed to the products and you want to show that they work. And that's what Lisa was talking about earlier. When these new programs come out, or some of the older programs that we have, which are awesome still, you want to be using those and drinking the Shakeology, because if you can't expect people to buy into what you're doing if you're not showing all that Beachbody has to offer. And there's honestly something for everyone. There's Body Beast. There's which like is very specific for more of a male client. Not that females can't do it, but it's very specific for males. There's pregnancy programs. There's yoga type programs. There's even supplements. There's equipment. There's literally something for everyone in the company. And then you're constantly improving and developing yourselves, which is kind of, in my eyes, the best part of this coaching opportunity. Where really, you're constantly making positive changes in your life. And I know I've experienced just myself completely turn around. I'm so much more open and outgoing, and I'm changing how much more positive I am. I used to be kind of, I called myself a realist. I was probably really a pessimist, but now I have a positive outlook on life, and I really have turned myself around in the way I look at things and the way I feel about things. And to me, all the other stuff, we get to make money and like all that stuff, but like, that's a really awesome way to view yourself now. Like, I feel so good now. And it's because of Beachbody, because we read personal development. If you do what the principles of the company tell you to do, you really feel like an awesome person. And then you're helping people too. So like, you're just like winning all over the place.
Yeah.
Was that good?
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so some of the benefits of being a coach, of course, you get to set your own work hours. I mean, you can literally do this job anywhere that you have your phone and internet, and you can work, you can focus part-time or full-time. Starting out, you really don't need a ton of time to get started. 1 hour a day is really all you need when you're becoming a new coach, and we would teach you what you need to do in that 1 hour. And we kind of talked about it in the group. So you guys, if you're watching the videos, you kind of know like what a power hour might look like as a new coach for you. And you can do this online or in person. The majority is going to be through social media. But just to, calm your nerves a little bit, like I wasn't a big social media person. I wasn't someone that put myself out there a whole lot. But it's definitely something that you get over when you realize like the way this can potentially help your family. And that you're doing this from your heart to help people. Like I genuinely know that there's people out there that I might annoy, and that's okay, because I also know that there's people out there that are really inspired by what I'm posting and what I'm saying, and I motivate them, and that's all that really matters. And, when it comes down to it, I'm helping my family and I feel good, and it's just an amazing feeling that I'm not willing to, worry about anymore what other people are thinking. So you do get over it. It takes a little bit of time. So that's just something you get used to. And it's not like you're going to, be posting videos right off the bat. If you can figure that out, more power to you. It took me a little while. It's just all about your comfort. And you don't have to be a social media guru at first. Trust me, I am not completely, tech savvy, but I've learned a lot along the way. And that's what's really cool. Like, you learn things as you go in this. And then, you start out, you might put an hour into this. And then when you see the opportunity and as your team builds, you might need to put 2 hours or 3 hours or even 4 hours. But by then, hopefully you're cutting back. If your goal is to, cut your hours at work, or maybe quit your full-time job because you're not happy there. That's what Beachbody provides, is the opportunity to do something in life that you really, truly love. Like, I don't even consider this work. I go to bed excited about it, and I wake up excited about it. I've never had a job like that for over a year now, where I still love what I'm doing. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I would still do this for no money, because of the way it makes me feel and the community and the culture that I'm a part of now. It would be like losing over friends that I've developed, and it would just be, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine Beachbody not in my life. So I'm excited to see where the future holds, and I'm sure over time it will adapt, but it's definitely not going anywhere. And let's see. Anything else you want to add, Chris?
Oh, I didn't go off. Sorry. We really do we really do have a lot of fun. I know you guys have some questions and stuff. We'll answer those, but we really do have a lot of fun in the groups, and the One Day Closer, which you guys are in, is a lot of fun. But our team page is like that too, and we're in a couple team pages with different people and stuff like that. And it's just really inspiring to see women working together and building each other up. I think somebody posted that today in our challenge group, but it really is like an amazing thing to be a part of, and an opportunity that, even just for building on yourself is amazing, aside from helping other people and stuff like that. So that's all.
Okay. And then this is something, obviously the reward part of it for helping people is the commission that you receive. So you receive 25% on all sales that you make. There's bonuses for team growth. So something as you build your team, you'll learn about how you earn something called team cycle bonus. And that's kind of where the real money starts to come in, because you can cycle multiple times in one day, and that's going to earn you residual income. And that's, huge in this business. You're kind of creating something for your family as it grows, and as the team under you grows, you will earn that residual income. So it's definitely something that you can't expect to get rich quick. If you're here for, if you think you're going to make a ton of money right off the bat, then it's not that. And we have to be honest and let you know it's going to take a little time, and it's something that you have to want. But to me, it's definitely worth it. And the reality is that the opportunity is very real. And we've seen it with our close friends. Megan, she is making a very good amount of money. She's doubled her full-time income that she was working at a cardiology office. I mean, completely doubled it. And it's doing huge things for her family by being a full-time coach. We also get to go on cool trips. So every year there's a Success Club trip. This year they're taking a cruise to, I think now, Nassau. That's coming up in March. I'm on the wait list for that. And hopefully, it's still a possibility I could come off, but I have my trip paid for. I've earned it. So now it's just a matter of coming off. And then next year they have a Success Club trip to Punta Cana. And same thing, Chris and I are both on the wait list for that. And hopefully we will definitely get there next year, because I was a little bit late this year in signing up for the trip. And it's something you have to register for, because there's 25,000 coaches. So it's kind of like first come, first serve basis. And, if you go Premier and Elite, that kind of gives you an upper edge at coming off the wait list. So it's important, first off, to grow your business. If you want the income, to obviously go to for higher recognition things like Elite and Premier, which we would explain down the road. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up here. It's kind of probably confusing, but those are just some of the things that are important. And the company does recognize you. When you go to Star, which your coaches under you are building their businesses, they recognize you for helping you support your coaches to fulfill their goals. And everybody hits goals at different times. I've been Diamond for a little while now, since April. And, it's because I put as much time into this that I can with a 1-year-old and working. So it happens for some really fast. It happens for others. It takes a little longer. The goal is to obviously, you want to push as much as you can. If you have big goals, you're going to want to get to work and put a little bit more time into this. So, and then personal development and always learning in this business is so key, whether it's just, starting out 10 minutes a day and picking a book. There's so many books that are recommended and really helpful for helping you grow as a person and give you confidence and learning different things about yourself, things that you didn't even know. I'm learning now about how to become a better leader, things that I wouldn't have looked into before. And also, with continuing to learn, there's tons of trainings offered by our coaches, by us. We do team calls, which are really awesome to get on. It's kind of like this, a live Zoom call, and go over, important topics to make sure that you understand what's going on and move you forward. What else? Anything else, Chris, there?
No, I think you got everything.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Your coach, your upline coach rewards you too, which is pretty awesome. So you don't only get stuff from the company, but your coach rewards you too. So like, for instance, when I went Diamond, my coach bought me a Kate Spade diaper bag because I just had a baby, but it's really awesome. And just like something, it's personal and it means something, and your coach gives it to you. based on the relationship you guys have and, whatever your goal was, the gift could be pretty awesome. I think, Lisa, you got like a really cute necklace
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and a gift card because you love to shop.
I mean, it's a huge deal. It's a big accomplishment when you take that step and you start to build your own team. It really shows that, you're in this for the full-time income, but you don't have to be. There are several different types of coaches. You can be in this for the discount and strictly just reap the benefits of, the awesome discount on savings. And why wouldn't, if you love the products, if you love Shakeology, why wouldn't you want to become a coach and pay the $15.95 a month and have a huge discount every month on your Shakeology? It makes total sense. And then, you can be someone that's a dabbler, that you might have a family member or a friend and they want to join you for something, and that's fine. You can make a little extra money, get your shake paid for. And then you have the people like me and Chris that are trying to be all in and make this our full-time gig because we love it, we're passionate about it, and we see the opportunity here. The other thing is, you don't have to sell a thing. Like I said, with discount, you don't have to. There's no minimums, anything like that. So, there's lots of great reasons to sign on as a coach. There's tons of training and tool, not only through us and our upline, but also Team Beachbody is a great resource. They have tons of stuff in the Coach Online office, and that is what's covered in your $15.95 a month. You'll get your website, you get all the customer service, they handle all the shipping, returns. They have a live chat 24/7 that customers can reach out, and if they have any issues with their order, you can help them to a certain extent. But it's great to have that support. There's also a Coach FAQ. You can ask just about any question. You can research all the products. You can learn how to build your team up. You can learn how to, become a great coach just starting out. I mean, there's literally everything in there. There's fitness tips. There's all kinds of stuff to help you kick off and run your own challenge group. So don't think like you could never do this, because if I thought about it at the beginning, like starting out, I couldn't do what Megan did. I was just a challenger. I signed up as a coach with my challenge pack, and I was a challenger first and foremost, and I still am. And you always will be. You want to be the best challenger that you can be, and you want to be there for your challengers. That's what makes a great coach. What else? There's something called the National Wake Up Call. That's every Monday that corporate does. You can dial in. You can also listen to the replay anytime after later in the day. And I have the PodCountry app on my phone, so it's great. I listen to it every week, hands down. It's really motivational. They kind of give you all the breaking news that's going on for that week with Beachbody, but then they also have a top coach within the company that they hand select to discuss, where they got to be where they are, and what, everyone has their own story here. And a lot of coaches have, been in the company, they've had tons of failure. And I think every coach has failed. If you haven't, I don't know how you didn't, but every coach has failed. So you hear all of like the success stories of how people started out and where they almost gave up and then they stayed in, and it's really paid off. All coaches start where you're starting. That's the cool thing with this. And that's what you have to remember is like every single coach started right like you. All right. So, and then the other thing is there's tons of social media aspects. You can use Facebook. Instagram is getting huge. It's like my new love. You can do a like page on Facebook. You can do Pinterest, YouTube videos, and all kinds of stuff to advance your business. Plus you can do face-to-face is also. Oh, and this is a little bit of our team and what to expect. You get new coach training. We're running those monthly now. You'll always have, so if you signed up now, we'd be putting you into a group, and you'd first start as like a challenger. If you're already a challenger, then you kind of know how those run. But beginning in March, you'd go through and kind of get mentored on what this coaching thing is all about. We would give you training before that and some tips for how to get started. And then there's weekly team calls. Either, Chris and I run them. Megan does a lot of team calls for us because she has been doing them, has a lot of experience. She's got a lot of knowledge to share. Angela in our upline does a lot of team calls. So there's tons of opportunities to hop on calls at different times, catch recordings. But it's great to get on these live calls because it's there's just something about it when you're on a call together. You really absorb it, and it's more exciting. And then we have monthly team challenges. We run, like we're doing a 3-day quick fix this coming Monday, where it's kind of like a sneak peek into the 21-day fix. So we do different things each month, which always are great for new customers and great for new coaches to kind of get a grip on how to run challenge groups. There's leadership training as you grow your business. There's our team pages, like we said, on Facebook. And then you get recognition and you get the accountability just from other coaches and the other people in the groups that are going through the same thing. It's hands down like the ultimate accountability to become a coach. You will want to give up. Like, who doesn't want to like not work out sometimes? We all do. We all don't feel like it. But then you have people counting on you. And, like to me, when I commit to something, I commit to it. So I do it even when I don't always feel like I do it, and I always feel better after the fact. And I'm like, thank God for this group, because where would I be? I would have fallen off. I know I would have fallen off so long ago. I wouldn't still be doing these programs. And I probably would have been like, I'm going to join a gym, and then I would have stopped paying my member, or I would have still been paying it and stopped going, because that's kind of what I did before. So that's why I love this. It works. It really does. All right, so if you join as a coach with a challenge pack, you save an average of $50 to $80. Your coach enrollment fee is completely waived, so the $40 is waived. If you've already purchased a challenge pack, we can get that reimbursed for you. So it's obviously the best way to go is to sign up with a challenge pack. You can also sign up with Shakeology HD. That doesn't make sense though, so then you're going to pay that $40 fee. And if you just purchased a fitness program, you would still pay the fee. So the best way, like I said, is the challenge pack, hands down. Most bang for your buck. You're going to get Shakeology plus a program at a discounted rate, and then your fee is waived. So it's like a no-brainer. And then I kind of already talked what's covered in the $15.95 monthly business fee. You get your website all set up. You do like create your profile. It's really simple to like just throw a little bio in there about you. And then they provide all the technical support, marketing, communications. There's Success on Demand also for personal development you can utilize. I mean, there's so much. It's awesome. So just think about what can becoming a coach do for me. For me personally, I've kind of already told you guys, it's kept me at home with my son. It's provided enough income for us to do that where it wouldn't have been possible. And it's given me accountability that I didn't have before for my health and fitness goals. And really, it just has made me a happier person overall. Like, I haven't felt this good in years. And I love being a part of the community and the culture of coaches and all the friendships that I've made. And like I said, I'm excited to see financially where my future goes. I see, a decent amount of money to keep us home, but there are coaches that are making 6 figures in this business. And not that I want to make money the goal, but I think it's okay. I think money is okay to motivate people. I mean, money does motivate me in a good way. I want this for my family first and foremost. And so that's not a bad motivation to have in the back of your head is, think about why you're doing this. What do you want out of life? What kind of life do you want to live? And let it guide you. And you're also going to want to think about who can I help? That's the best thing you can do with this is to treat it like you're not a salesperson. It's all about who's out there to help. There's tons of people that are struggling right now that might not feel comfortable reaching out to you, but they see you doing the workouts, eating clean, still, sure, you have your moments, your setbacks where you eat that donut. We're human. That's part of life, and that's just real. And there's nothing wrong with that. We live by the 80-20 rule. So it's just, showing people that you're a real person that's trying your best to live this healthy life and share it with them. And once you do that and lead with a genuine heart and really think about, how you can help these people and care genuinely about their interests, then you will do really well in this business. And like I said, you got to think about what your goals and dreams are, and it's different for each person. But once you have that, it kind of guides you. And when you're struggling, like I've said, it pushes you to keep going in this business. All right, guys. So that's the end. I'm going to stop the share. And what's up, guys? Any questions? You can come off mute if you want. Anybody have a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm like looking at my phone and it's telling me it's muted, and okay. I guess I'm calling in through like something else maybe. I don't know if I actually called in through the program.
Is this Lindsay?
Zoom like really quickly and didn't sign up or didn't do anything. But okay, so I have questions if nobody else does.
Sure. What's your name? I'm sorry, we can't see. We just have a phone number.
You can't see me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. You know what? You're Meg, right?
Yes, I'm Meg.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was the phone number that was talking. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. So I started asking like some of these questions earlier, like in the Facebook group. So I wanted to know more about. We touched on like the different levels of coaches. Like we talked a little bit about discount coaches, and then people that actually, I guess, an active coach, like somebody that's going to be selling products, and then obviously people that are taking it to the very top premier or premium or elite and all of that. So I want to know a little bit more, since I'd be starting out from, obviously the bottom, like I want to know more about the differences between inactive and active coaches, and then how that PV comes into play as well.
So, do you want to answer at least? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
So, when you are a coach, which is the lowest rung or whatever, they have what they call a leadership ladder, and the lowest rung of that is a coach, and you're a business starter, I think, or not. You're not even a business starter yet, I think. But so you need to be an active coach, you need 50 personal volume points. The personal volume points can come from any of the products. Like everything but the apparel, I believe, has something attached to it. And it's usually, the lower the price, the lower the personal volume. I don't know. It's like fake numbers Beachbody comes up with. I don't know where they come up, how the numbers come from, but because like Shakeology, I guess it's like the price is like around 90 personal volume, and as a discount, it's 90. But as an Emerald coach, you would need to, and that's the next level, and that means that you have 2 coaches under you, which are either discount coaches or active coaches. It would just depend on the situation. And when you hit that level, you need what they call home delivery or HD product. So it would be either the performance line or the or Shakeology, which can come on auto ship. And that would be in order, because at Emerald you unlock what they send free leads. So depending on your level of what they call a success club, and that's how much you're selling, you would get these free customers from Beachbody. So there are people who sign up maybe from like the infomercial or something like that. So it's just another way of you to get customers. And at the lowest level, which is Success Club 5, and that's helping 3 people find programs in a month, you would hit Success Club 5 or 6, depending on what you were selling. And then at 10, and those are free leads. They're not people who buy anything or anything like that. They're just looking for a free coach. And you can reach out to them and message them and, maybe get a conversation going. More often than not, they do not message you back. I will tell you that. The next level would be Success Club 10, which is helping just 2 more people, depending on what you're selling and where the points lie. And that would be Success Club 10 gives you paid leads. So that's people who go on the website and don't go through a coach and buy maybe the 21-day fix, or they buy Shakeology or something like that. And you're able to get commission from that. But you have to be active on an HD product for that, if that kind of makes sense.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot, but
it's kind of something like once you get started, once you like make your first sale and see the numbers kind of come in, it makes a lot more sense.
You basically want to remain active when you advance in rank, because you want to earn your team cycle bonus. So it's kind of one of those things. It's important to remain active, from the beginning, but it's not as much of a necessity. And I mean, I think it is, if you're taking this business seriously and if you want to make this a business, then you really should be an active coach. You should be a product of the product in some way. Doesn't mean you have to drink Shakeology if you're not a Shakeology fan. I know that was one of your concerns, but it is important to get the product out to people. You can give packets out. I know we usually charge for packets, but every once in a while it's not a bad idea to have them on hand, because people want to test them. That's one reason just right there is like, okay, I might not be drinking for myself, but I can hand it out to potential customers, things like that. And you're always going to be wanting to do a new program. I mean, basically there's something you could do every month or 2, a new program. So it's not really a hard way to remain active. It's not very hard, and it's easy to get your costs covered, really.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to. I'm not looking to start immediately hit the ground running, and I'm not aiming to make so many $1,000s the first month or something like that. I feel like I don't have any unrealistic goals like that, but I don't want to get involved in something personally that is going to, other than the 16, okay, I can deal with $16 a month, but, I don't want to have to be, sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking today. I want to make sure that it is something that I can realistically achieve. And I don't mean by sitting on my butt. I mean putting the time and effort into it. And so I want to make sure that I understand what the initial months, what I'm going to be responsible for those initial months, when I'm first starting and first trying to, just get started. And that's something that I know I can talk more with Ashley about, and more with you guys about too, in the future. But that's kind of what I'm trying to start from the very bottom and then figure out, what I need to do to remain active, because I don't want to do this bounce back and forth between active, inactive, active. I want to do this. I want to commit. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm kind of that type of person. So
then you will do well.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I mean, I think you're smart. You're not taking it lightly. I mean, it will be your own business. We'll be here as your resources, your tools, your guide, support, motivation, whatever you need. But in the end, this is your business and you have to take ownership for it. So it's great to, research a little bit and make sure that's right for you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think your concerns are totally legit. And, just know, you know, as you go, if you are committed to this, it's not going to be a trouble to remain active. And if it doesn't work out, what's the worst thing that happens? You cancel. I mean, there's no contract. There's no like binding contract that if you absolutely hate this, it's like, okay, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm sure Ashley can talk to you more about that because I know she's been in school and has, been back and forth, with, super duper participating, and now she's done school. She's back to like rocking it out. So I'm sure she's had months where she was like, what am I doing? Or whatever, like her experiences between this too. I mean, cause I know Lisa and I, we try and go forward every month. So we're always making sure we're hitting our goals, and you just do it. Like,
Yeah.
so, I mean, you do the trainings and stuff like that. And if you do what the company lays out for you,
like, do you know what kind of a coach you want to be? Like, do you want to be a dabbler or do you want to go like all in?
Well, personally, it's something that I don't think is, when I think about this, like right now, like being brutally honest, it's not something that I see myself quitting my full-time job and doing. And there's a couple different reasons for that. First of all, the job that I have right now, I just don't see myself making enough income that I could come off of that job. And the job that I work right now is not a job that I, at least to my knowledge and understanding, is a job that I can go part-time on. In fact, a lot of weeks I give more than 40 hours a week. So it's not something that I realistically seeing being able to cut back on, at least in the beginning. And that's something that, I can set aside time. Like I can do Facebook things and I can talk to people and I can make that time commitment there. It's something that in a perfect world, I'd love to stay home. I don't have children, but it's something that I've thought about when we do have kids, being able to be home with children. And I know my husband would have absolutely no issue with that if we had the money to support that. In fact, he'd probably prefer it. So it's something that I'm not sure if I could. So I'm not aiming right now to be, absolute top of the line elite.
Right.
But one of the things really one of the reasons selfishly that I'm really motivated and want to do something like this is because it motivates me probably more than I would motivate anybody else. And I feel like that just kind of, the motivation to other people kind of happens along the way, but I'm still growing and I'm still developing and I'm still, it's something that I want to selfishly just do because when I know that I have a group of people counting on me, or when I know that I can text somebody and do the workout with them, even when I don't want to and they don't want to do it, but we both do it together because that's what we do, that to me actually benefits me, just having that accountability myself. And something like this, kind of the way that I'm looking at it, it almost forces you to have that accountability. And it's something that, I think is a good thing. And it's a way that I can benefit, but it's a way that other people can potentially benefit as well. So, and whether that means that I, proceed up the ladder, or whether it means I just hit a point where I go, I'm comfortable here, I'm okay staying at this point. I don't really know where that's going to take me in the future, but I honestly want to do this just so that I can be better and so that I can make, lifestyle changes and things like that.
No, totally. And that's kind of why I think that's why most coaches get started. It's a little bit selfish. It still is. And it's totally fine. And it's normal to feel that way and don't feel bad about it at all. I think that's why I know for me, that's part of the reason I got into it.
Yeah. I mean, additional income is more than welcome in my family. whether that's $100 a month or, whatever. I mean, I would be lying if I said I'm not thinking of money, because I do. I mean, and I think what you said was completely real when you said that, money is something you have to think about. And I don't think that makes us bad people for thinking that,
Right.
It's not my number one goal, but it's definitely something that I say, hey, if I can do this, if I can benefit, if other people can benefit, and if I can make a little bit of money. I mean, honestly, right now, I would just want to make enough that I would cover any costs that it was taking me.
Yeah.
So that $16 a month, obviously I'd want to try to break even on that. And I'd want to be, if I'm putting an extra 10 hours a week in it, I would want something eventually to show for it. I understand in the beginning it might not, but I would hope that eventually I would have a little something in it. But honestly, I actually can see, and I can hear you guys talking, about how maybe in the beginning I look at it as I would want, some sort of compensation in some way. And maybe right now it's almost more on the monetary side, but maybe as I get further into this, I'll realize that doesn't matter. And that, hey, it's a nice bonus to get, a little extra money, but that truly the reward that I'm getting is just for me, my personal growth and things like that. And I could easily see it becoming that for me. Because right now I love doing these workouts, and I love posting in the One Day Closer group. And I really like doing that. It helps me, and it's helping others around me, and they're not even involved in it. But I've had 2 or 3 different things happen already where I'm like, gosh, it's only been a couple weeks, and already people are even themselves doing different things. They're making small changes. Or somebody just called me yesterday and said, I think I'm going to buy size. How do I do that? Because you've been talking about it and I really want to do it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even trying.
Well, then you need to sign up as a coach, because then you'll get that customer.
There you go. All right, we're not taking no for an answer. You're signing. You've thought about it enough.
Yeah, you sound like you're excited about it. And I think that's what drives this in the beginning, is just the excitement. I mean, there's no guarantees. And you're going to get what you put back into it. I can almost guarantee that, even if it's not always monetary. I think it will be. We can't guarantee you that, but I can almost bet you're going to make some money off of it. But I think what you'll gain, even just from, like you were saying, from the connections between the coaches and the groups and stuff like that, you'll gain a lot too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely something I'm interested in, and I had a conversation with my sister, who's not associated with Beachbody at all. She's doing T25 right now, and she loves it, but I don't even know if she has a coach, or we've never really talked about that. But I was talking to her yesterday about Shakeology after I had posted my big, huge story online, and I said something like, I just don't know how I feel about this. I'm so on the fence. I've been talking to my husband about Shakeology, on and off, on and off. I've tried a couple samples, and I really did like them. I think what I'm scared of is that I'm going to like it, and I'm going to want to buy it, and I'm so cheap. That's part of my problem, is we just moved to Delaware. We were living in Northern Virginia, just outside of DC, and it is so expensive there. And we penny pinched